ATF 3.0 just dropped and they want to run 2,000 watts through a single cable. Have we learned nothing from 12-volt high power cables? Everybody's talking about the GameCube, but we're the only ones talking about the price. Distributors are taking gaslight gatekeep girl boss to new levels as they hold memory hostage. Mid-range graphics cards have never been cheaper, but not for long, because a CEO turned Zoltar just predicted RAM-POCALYPSE. Cut your cables. The world has a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I mean, Meta PC's news. It's time. Let's go. Bad news, everyone. If you don't get that Futurama reference, we can't be friends. Silicon Motion CEO Wallace C. Cow has delivered a frightening prophecy for the coming year, dramatically saying, quote, "We're facing what has never happened before." He predicts that we will be seeing a severe shortage for everything. I'm talking hard drives, DRAM, HBM, and all that stuff. That's all the stuff in your SSDs. I'm gonna give you the amount of time that it takes to press subscribe to guess why. Well, that's right, it's AI. Now, I wish this was news, but unfortunately, we've been seeing this coming for a few weeks now. The whole situation has gotten so bad that distributors overseas are now forcing purveyors of sweet RAM to purchase a motherboard as a bundle just to get it. Now, has it really come to this? We're holding memory hostage now? What are we doing? If you've been following the trends of AI data centers being favored for manufacturing and are holding out for a bubble pop, I'm right there with you. And only one of those two things is gonna make that happen. Either the demand for AI drops or the software becomes less dependent on the hardware that we gamers, enthusiasts, and dare I say it, common folk actually need. So I guess the question really is whether RAM is more of an investment than a GPU is now.
I mean, if what that CEO said is true, if we're gonna start seeing these shortages next year, we're gonna be seeing prices continue to rise at an exponential rate.
More and more. I have some inside information to share with you guys as well. I had an interesting call with a RAM manufacturer that called us yesterday and said, hey, I know we're a RAM manufacturer, but does Meta PCs have any extra RAM we could buy from you?
Oh my God.
And if that isn't an omen of what's to come, I don't know what is. It's like, it's getting legitimately crazy.
Yeah.
We've purchased RAM for our customers and had open POs, purchase orders, and the RAM manufacturers have canceled them and said, guess what? You can replace a new one, but the price is double now.
That is...
Like, this is happening in real time. This isn't just what you're reading online. This is legitimately an issue right now. The shortage is real, the price gouging is happening, and we're all just along for the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you're listening to a guy that sells PCs, so keep that in mind when I give you this advice and feedback. I think it's not the worst time to buy a new system if you are in need of one right now. Especially because SIs like Meta PCs are buying up inventory well in advance. As soon as that's out, we're gonna have to raise prices, we have to. But if you're looking in the short term and you need an upgrade, again, if you need one, now might not be the very worst time to do it, because like this says, it's gonna continue through 2026. It's getting crazy out there, guys. Let me know if you guys have seen anything interesting on the pricing of RAM around the internet. Let me know in the comments down below. Everybody get in the car. We need to go to Walmart right freaking now, Phil. That's a phrase that not many PC gamers utter when you're talking about components. But right now, it's time to strike while the iron is hot. Late stage capitalism thrift shop Walmart has 5070s on rollback for $489, Phil.
Whoa.
That's right. That's under $500 for a PNY overclocked triple fan model card. It's a pretty good choice for 1440p gaming. And at this price, I'd say that Miss Cleo charging you $200 for a cold read is less of a steal. People get that reference. Nvidia is clearly fighting the AMD value pressure, and we, the consumers, are the winners. So we need to jump on this before the RAM-POCALYPSE eats up the supply. Get in the van, we're going to Walmart.
We did see that the RX 9070 XT and the 9070 have been at their lowest, and they actually announced their lowest prices, but that was right before they announced that they were going to be increasing prices because of the RAM shortages and things that we're seeing, that GDDR just, leaving shelves.
Nvidia arguably would have more stock of these cards prior to the RAM increase affecting them. So you might see these deals for now, but then they could potentially go the way of AMD where they're like, dude, I don't have enough cards to sell them at this discounted rate. We're using the new memory now that's more expensive. They've got to go up. It's so weird. We can't just have everyone just can't be happy. We can't just have like RAM's a good price, GPUs are available, everything, just go get your build. It's like something's gonna be messed up.
Go to Walmart.
Let's go to Walmart. Get in the van. Get in the van. Not something you typically want to yell at somebody, is it? Ladies and gentlemen, I am a man of many desks. I've got one upstairs with the content gremlins for creativity. I've got one in the studio here for recording, and I've got one at home for playing Balatro. And even this workstation I use as a desk for news. But get this, I wanted another desk, Phil.
Oh my God.
Meta PCs now has 3 brick and mortar stores here in Arizona. And you know what? Running 3 stores, I've come to find out, is not easy. We've got lots of meetings, I've got phone calls, I've got designs and distractions and Balatro. And it's why I decided to finally build a desk setup that could be a little productivity oasis. And thanks to the folks over at Vernal, I got exactly what I was looking for. Vernal was able to hook me up with a beautiful L-shaped desk in this walnut finish, and this desk is perfect for my space. Plus, I was able to get some really cool accessories for it that I'm gonna talk about in a second. But first, we gotta talk about the build. They had a ton of options on their site, but I went with the L-shaped because I really wanted to maximize the amount of wiggle room I had with the setup. Because you know what? Would it really be a PC Papa setup without having an OLED ultra-wide? Come on now. But thankfully, I can rest easy, knowing that my giant monitor is secure thanks to all of the stability in the design, but also the V-Series desk shelf, that's pretty cool. It comes in the same walnut finish. This desk can comfortably hold nearly 400 pounds because even at full height, there's tons of reinforcement underneath to eliminate wobble, which sucks. Speaking of height adjusting, let's talk controls. Their keypad fits nice and snug on the edge of the desktop, so it's less likely to get hit by accident. Plus, it's right next to the integrated drawer keyboard tray that I got from my keyboard collection. But one thing that made me happy to see as a dad is that they allow you to set your height limit, low limit, and turn on a child lock. So even when I bring my dogs to the office and their little paws get up there and start to hit the buttons, it's only gonna go as far as I set it to go. And the cable management trays underneath make sure that all of my expensive toys stay powered and organized instead of turning into chew toys. Rounding out the organization is a Vernal rolling cabinet, which houses a handwritten copy of every "Can I get a free PC" comment. The whole setup is stable, solid, sturdy, and the space is really starting to feel like my own. But if you want to start making your own space, their desks start at $429 and you can use the link and the discount code on the screen to get 6% off, plus $70 off their classic sets. Thank you, Vernal, for sponsoring today's video. And with that, let's get back to the news. F's in the chat for a hobbyist that ordered $355 worth of vintage computer parts. That's something I've done on many occasions in my life, Phil. Yeah. But this person was slapped in the face with over $600 in tariffs just to get it shipped via UPS. This is a growing pattern which is tied to the phase out of the de minimis exemption, which was the rule that previously allowed shipments with less than $800 of declared value to enter the US duty-free. You get it, duty? The phase out was meant to catch bulk e-commerce baddies trying to skirt the system. But the unfortunate thing is that rapid changes like this always have quirks to iron out, and things like origin codes and HS codes don't exist for vintage components. Now, the unfortunate hobbyist was able to get the charge lowered, but not without a ton of phone calls and emails, as well as automated late notices and payment demands. It really seems like PC building has new enemies every day. You've got AI data centers, bureaucracy, and even consoles are coming for us, Phil.
I understand why they did it. They did it to get rid of people who were skirting the system so they could, get more profit and stuff. But it really kind of sucks because it's the people who are doing one-off things. Those are the people who actually get hurt by this.
Yeah, and if you're buying old graphics cards, I buy a lot of old graphics cards and things, and sometimes they do come, I bought them from Ukraine, I bought them from Turkey, I bought them from all over.
I got the Mozart TX.
The Mozart TX came from, I think, Croatia or something like that, and that was well before a lot of this tariff talk, so I'd be so curious now if it's even viable, and it kind of sucks. Is it viable to collect cool old hardware from out of the country?
Is this an eBay problem or a government problem?
I don't know, stuff like this sucks though, because it is fun. I like seeing old stuff and collecting old things, and sometimes it has to come from other parts of the world.
I saw this a little while back. We didn't put it in the news. This was in April of this year. Apple had airlifted 600 tons of iPhones to beat the tariffs by using commercial planes.
This is just a reminder to all of you, the big companies will find a way.
They will.
But for you, sorry. Valve made a huge mistake by not calling it the GameCube. Subscribe for more tech news. All jokes aside though, it seems like I can't look anywhere without being hit by a thumbnail with Hattie Haddington cosplaying as a computer. Doesn't it look like Hattie from BattleBlock Theater?
Oh my God.
Doesn't it?
I can't unsee it.
It really does. First, a leak claims the price will be significantly lower than the high-end estimates, making it a true competitor, potentially to the PS5 and the Xbox. According to hardware expert, Moore's Law is dead. The estimated parts cost only around $425. Now, based on this, they suggest that Valve could easily charge $600 to get the same profit margins of their current hardware offering, the Steam Deck. Now, truthfully, if Valve wanted to stick it to Microsoft ahead of the release of that new next-gen Xbox, a $450 introductory price point could be possible. Second, if you can't wait for a Steam machine, just build it yourself, nerd. In this article, we see that Andrew Cunningham has been living your living room dreams after some simple software surgery. Biggest problem that the Steam machine solves is Windows itself. He wanted a simple booting console-like experience going straight into Steam, big picture, and as soon as Valve said, fine, go ahead, well, put SteamOS wherever you want. He went and he did it. He went to work building a $500 mini PC and has been living the dream ever since. Now, obviously, there's little hitches that you can experience if you use Arch, by the way, but that's half the fun. Right, Jared? And finally, the new Steam controller is getting insane gyro support coupled with grip sense to create a unique experience. According to Valve engineer Steve Cardalny, the addition of the grip sensing, which conveniently enables and disables gyro aiming controls based on whether you're holding the controller, is a typical Valve story. It wasn't part of the official plan. It all started when a Valve employee who is super into gyro and the gyro aim community heard about the controller and marched downstairs to the team to announce, you guys gotta add some kind of grip sense for the gyro. And he didn't leave it at that. He relocated his entire desk to the hardware team's area and spent the next 6 to 8 months helping them design the features and optimize the software. This is the legacy of Lord Gaben. Make something fun, make it unexpected, and do your absolute best to make sure that it actually works.
What's the one thing that you say when it comes to idea generation in this company?
Best idea wins.
Zach has always had that idea as a main mantra for all of our teams. Nobody is excluded. If you have a good idea, come sit in the meeting, tell us about it. And Valve does the same thing. And this is why we get great products, great games. It's always been their thing of like, if you're passionate, go be passionate.
It seems like Valve is like really embraced, let's make cool people want to use. And guess what? When you have that mantra, you make cool that people want to use. Like, could you imagine this guy at another company being like, I'm going to move my desk downstairs and work? And they're like, that's not part of your job. We cannot relocate because Steve in management needs to make sure. Like, that's what kills everything.
Yeah.
I've been a part of a company that did that. It killed it. You have to let people work on shit they're passionate about. God bless you, Valve.
God bless you.
God bless you. It's so cool.
Guys, check out Zach's channel. The Zach Shut channel on YouTube. They actually just did a full-length podcast going through every last little detail. Travi, he's a video producer here. He has 14 VR headsets. He knows everything about VR.
Ton.
And him and Zach just rapid fire all the specs. Go check it out.
Dude, it's fun. Yeah, like Phil said, it's on my channel. It's actually a bunch of people are really liking the video now, which is starting to take off. If you want to like an hour-long breakdown on everything going on at Steam, go check out the video. As if in direct defiance against Gaben's gift of gaming, Reddit user LuckyLuck0011 sparked controversy in the ASRock subreddit after posting, let's just call it a pretty unique build. He built a stealth Mini-ITX rig with an RX 9070 XT ASRock motherboard and a 240mm AIO inside a TV cabinet, and he sealed it away. Aesthetic? 5 out of 5. Ingenuity? 5 out of 5. Cable management? No one's gonna see it. Avoiding the ire of an entire subreddit for shoving components into a sealed wooden box? Priceless. Let's go read some comments. Oh, boy.
Here's the deal. This only has 18 upvotes,
Yeah.
but it's got more than double that in comments.
Oh my goodness gracious. The person who set up that room is clearly a different person than the one that built the PC.
And then they responded with, I know it's messy inside, but functionality was important. No one can see it. I love this one. You put that entire build in a wood box. This post will be evidence in a future insurance fraud case.
Oh my gosh, could you believe? I built a PC in a wooden box and it burned my house down. Not bad. The only concern I would have is heat and how much airflow you have there. That was my big question too when I looked at the photo. You can tell there's some fans.
Now he is getting okay temps.
10 seconds later.
Did I say good temps? That's 100 degrees. Okay. GPU temp, current 55, average 54 Celsius. That's actually not bad. And it looks like he added an extra fan on the graphics card.
This is fascinating. This is fascinating. Colorful is stepping up its aesthetic game with the new iGame Ultra Z series. These GPUs have a unique design, but here's the real story. Phil, it's connectivity. They're launching variants with both the new BTF 2.0 rear connectors and the traditional 8-pin and 16-pin connectors. This is the bridge between the old world and the new. For builders who aren't ready to abandon their current cases but want the latest GPU tech, Colorful is giving them options. Now, this is the first time that we're seeing mid-range cards receiving that BTF connectivity, and it's nice to see they're compatible with more than just BTF power delivery for a larger net and also a little future build proofing. Good job, Colorful. I mean, Colorful has really figured out the design of the cards.
Oh,
and the
100%.
fact that we have BTF that has a little bit of personality is a good thing. That's great. I like that a lot.
Having a clean build and having an aesthetic piece be the focal point, they've nailed it.
I hadn't even thought about like the fact there's not really mid-range BTF going on.
Yeah, you're mainly seeing it 5080, 5090, but now we got 5060, 5070. You can get a nice clean build for a lot cheaper. And also just look at the design here. This is gorgeous. You've got this actual 3D design here. With the pink extrusion as well as these little lines here.
Miami Vice type build,
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, it's very cool. I like that.
You know what you're gonna like more?
What am I gonna like more?
The Maxsun Anime B850 mommy board.
The mommy board? Maxsun is back with something new that has me terrified to ask, Grok, is it available in the US? The MS-iCraft, not to be confused with MSI, B850 IGA motherboard is an AMD Ryzen ready motherboard, and it's absolutely covered in anime. The entire board is designed around a vibrant aesthetic with full coverage artwork and bold RGB. Now, Maxsun hasn't confirmed pricing or availability yet, but early reports say that we're gonna see it in the coming weeks globally.
Yes!
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one for sure. Just don't tell my wife, Phil.
I love that we're getting some different colors in here. We've got this pink and purple kind of gradient on the artwork, and I like the artwork. It's
good artwork.
Robust in its power delivery.
Yeah.
Very supportive for DDR5 memory.
Yep.
It's very expandable.
Phil, you're talking about boobs?
Yes.
Excellent. I love how this motherboard looks. This is really cool. And then, like, all jokes aside, I mean, dude, it is a good looking board. Here's the thing with the anime stuff. Sometimes you can kind of overdo it and make it so that it only works with a certain color scheme. The fact that they went with like the negative space and it's just the purple and stuff, I think it kind of leaves it open to more like styles of build.
Okay, but look at the back of the board. You've got this really cool laser etched black and white design. Something like the ROG Hyperion case would actually show this.
That's
true.
And
it would be displayed and you could see it. I think that's really cool. Also, check out the BIOS.
Oh, even the BIOS looks cute. BIOS used to be rough. It was rough.
What would 13-year-old Zach think about this motherboard?
13-year-old Zach would spend even more time on his computer. If you've said, you know what, there's too many cables in this case at any point in your life, get excited because BTF 3.0 is coming and it's 10 times better, maybe. I don't know, we'll see if it even takes off. All right, so it's not actually BTF, that's an ASUS standard, but if independent tinkerer DIY-APE has things his way, the whole industry will adopt his ideas for the future of PC building. This new proposed motherboard standard, heavily inspired by the Mac Pro's internal design, is set to eliminate nearly every power cable from the front of your PC. It uses a single high-capacity connector on the back of the motherboard, which is rated for over 2 3,000 watts. This connector handles, I'm talking all power delivery, CPU, RAM, and even the GPU. It's essentially turning your PC into one giant, clean backplane connection. It's derived from the CRPS power supply standard used by enterprise servers, which are rated for over 3,000 watts. Dear Gaben, I hope we don't actually need that much wattage for Rubin builds. Now, probably the most clever design change, ignoring the plug and play fans or the interesting motherboard mounted PSU, is the fact that a separate GPU power board actually plugs into the standard 12 volt 2x6 socket of your graphics card and then slots directly into the BTF GPU power socket on the motherboard. Now, there's way too much to cover here, so we'll link the full video for you, but this is an extremely interesting first look into the possible future for PC building.
The real thing here is like someone is actually making change and calling for change. And we've been saying this for a while, like we need better mounting systems for GPUs with all the GPU sag we're getting. We need better power delivery systems with cards catching on fire.
Yeah.
We need better options for clean cable management other than just braiding it in the back of an extra chamber. And this guy's saying, guys, shake it up, do something different.
I do think the BTF thing is going to end up becoming a standard over time. And stuff like this, I mean, I was just watching the video of the build that this guy put together, and the fact that it is so clean. The whole thing looks like it's floating. There is not a single cable visible, not a single
The power
one.
supply is literally floating.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, look at it. It's crazy. You can tell that this was done out of a labor of love, of just wanting to see if you could do it. And by God, he did. So cool. Got to give big props to this channel. Who's this channel?
The guy is DIY-APE.
DIY-APE. Make sure you go watch this video and give him some props, because my gosh, the engineering and ingenuity that went into this, it cannot be understated.
He's even calling for a design change on fans to have a USB-C connection to where the fan literally clicks into the case.
That's cool. Devil's advocate on this.
Yeah.
Current PC builds have power running to so many different parts of your PC. Your graphics card running to your cooler, your fans, things like that. Having it be one stream of power, if something goes wrong,
Ooh.
have you now nuked your entire build versus my graphics card just blew up or this just blew up?
This is true.
So another thing that would be very interesting is like, what are the precautions of power delivery that's different from maybe what exists now? And that's maybe the more important piece of this is like, how are we protecting that one single stream of massive amounts of power that we're pumping in through a single channel would be my only concern. But dude, in terms of just how clean it is, so cool. Guys, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching Meta PCs News. I know we mentioned earlier, but I do have a big podcast over on the Zach Shutt channel. We just talked about all the Steam hardware and gizmos and gadgets that have been announced. It's about a 45-minute long podcast. If you want to
gadgets and
listen to it, and Steam Decks aplenty. It's so much fun. Go check it out on the Zach Shutt channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give a big thanks to our members. We have Ernesto, my favorite tech. Man, he is just a rock star. He's been with us for a while now. Destroyer OS, by the way, members program. Anyone can join this, not just Cornboy199. Anyone can sign up for the Backstage Pass. It gets you content that nobody else gets to see, and Adam Williams knows that.
Ryan Gilpatrick signed up twice.
Ryan Gilpatrick's on here 17 times.
Oh my God.
How did he do that? X-Gamer Johnny, Dom Joyce, DJ. A lot of people have joined. Thank you so much for becoming a member on the channel. It helps us make videos like this and bring them to you every week. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our members, and a huge thank you to Vernal for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out their desks with the link in the description and the code on the screen to get an extra 6% off today. As always, thank you. I'll see you next time.